The 20 cent 1999 M. España Miguel de Cervantes coin is a Spanish circulation coin from the first wave of the euro introduced at the turn of the millennium, and it represents both Spain's entry into the European monetary system and a tribute to one of the most important figures in world literature, Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra, 1547 to 1616. Best known as the author of Don Quixote de la Mancha, widely considered the first modern novel and a cornerstone of Spanish cultural identity. Although dated 1999, this coin was minted in advance for the official euro launch in 2002, a common practice among Eurozone countries, and the letter M identifies the real Casa de la Moneda, Fábrica Nacional de Moneda y Timbre, FNMT, in Madrid, Spain's national mint with centuries of history. The coin is composed of Nordic gold, an alloy of 89% copper, 5% aluminum, 5% zinc, and 1% tin, giving it a golden color despite containing no actual gold, and it has a diameter of 22.25 millimeters, a weight of 5.74 grams, and a thickness of about 2.14 millimeters, with a distinctive edge featuring 7 indents, Spanish flower, edge, that help the visually impaired identify the denomination by touch. On the obverse, national side, Cervantes is depicted in a stylized portrait facing right, based on classical representations rather than an authenticated likeness. As no confirmed portrait from life exists, and his name, Cervantes, appears prominently, emphasizing his symbolic status as a national cultural icon, rather than a political figure, reflecting Spain's choice to celebrate intellectual and artistic heritage on its euro coins. The reverse, common European side, designed by Belgian engraver Luc Luyx, shows the denomination 20 cent, a map of Europe as it was conceived at the time, pre-2004 EU expansion, and parallel lines symbolizing unity and cooperation among European nations, reinforcing the idea of shared economic and political identity. The 1999 Spanish 20-cent coin was produced in very large quantities for circulation, meaning it is generally not rare and usually holds modest value today, typically face value to slightly above for circulated examples, with uncirculated or brilliant condition pieces valued more by collectors assembling complete date and mint euro sets rather than as investment coins. Nevertheless, it remains historically important as part of the first euro series, representing the transition from the Spanish peseta to the euro, a major economic and psychological shift for Spain after centuries of national currency, and its Cervantes design connects modern Europe to Spain's golden age of literature, reminding users in everyday transactions of the enduring influence of Spanish language and culture across the world. Numismatically, the coin is appreciated for its balanced design, durable alloy, and role in the harmonized euro system. And culturally, it stands as a small but meaningful monument to Cervantes' legacy, whose themes of idealism, realism, freedom, and human dignity continue to resonate globally, making the 20 cent 1999 M. España Cervantes coin not merely loose change, but a circulating piece of history that blends economics, art, literature, and European integration into a single, widely handled object. The next top. The 20 cent coin of Spain dated 2001 with a M. mint mark and the portrait of Miguel de Cervantes is a significant numismatic and cultural object that reflects Spain's identity within the newly introduced euro currency system, which officially entered circulation on January 1, 2002, but was minted in earlier years such as 1999 to 2001 for preparation and stock purposes. This coin belongs to the first generation of Spanish euro coins and was struck at the Real Casa de la Moneda, Fábrica Nacional de Moneda y Timbre, FNMT, in Madrid, indicated by the M mint mark, a traditional symbol used by Spain's national mint for centuries, and the coin forms part of the common European monetary system while retaining a distinct national design on the obverse side, which in this case features Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra, 1547 to 1616. One of the most important literary figures in world history and the author of Don Quixote de la Mancha, widely regarded as the first modern novel and a foundational work of Western literature. The portrait of Cervantes on the coin is rendered in a classical, dignified style, showing him in period attire with a ruffled collar, inspired by traditional iconography rather than a confirmed lifetime portrait, as no fully authenticated image of Cervantes is known, and his name, Cervantes, appears prominently alongside the date, 2001, reinforcing Spain's intention to present its cultural heritage to the rest of Europe through its coinage. Surrounding the design are 12 five-pointed stars, representing the European Union and symbolizing unity, completeness, and harmony, a motif shared across all euro coins regardless of issuing country. The reverse side of the coin follows the common euro design created by Belgian designer Luc Luyx, depicting a map of Europe in its pre-2004 expansion form, with lines symbolizing connection and cooperation between EU nations, along with the denomination 20 euro cent, emphasizing the coin's role as a shared currency. Physically, the coin has a diameter of 22.25 millimeters, a weight of 5.74 grams, and a thickness of approximately 2.14 millimeters, and it is composed of Nordic gold, an alloy of copper, aluminum, zinc, and tin, which gives the coin its distinctive golden color while containing no actual gold, chosen for durability, resistance to corrosion, and ease of recognition by vending machines. The edge of the 20-cent coin is uniquely shaped with 7 indentations, often described as a Spanish flower, or scalloped edge, designed to help visually impaired users distinguish it by touch and to prevent confusion with other denominations. The 2001 Spanish 20-cent coin was produced in very large quantities as part of the euro rollout, meaning it is not rare in circulated condition, though uncirculated examples, mint sets, or error coins can carry modest premiums among collectors. Numismatically, the coin is valued not only as a monetary instrument, but also as a tribute to Cervantes' enduring influence on the Spanish language, often referred to as La Lengua de Cervantes, and Spanish national identity, especially meaningful at a time when Spain was integrating more deeply into European institutions. Historically, the decision to place Cervantes on the 10, 20, and 50-cent coins created a thematic continuity in Spanish euro coinage, with King Juan Carlos I appearing on lower denominations and Santiago de Compostela Cathedral on higher ones, forming a symbolic hierarchy of culture, monarchy, and spirituality. Today, the 20 euro cent 2001 M. España Cervantes coin remains a widely circulated and recognizable piece, frequently encountered in daily transactions across the Eurozone, while also serving as a small yet powerful artifact of early 21st century European history, Spanish cultural pride, and the monumental transition from national currencies like the peseta to a unified European monetary system. The next top. The 20 euro cent 2002 M. España Cervantes coin is part of Spain's first euro coinage issued at the moment the euro was physically introduced, and it represents a historically, culturally, and numismatically important piece because it combines the birth of the common European currency with one of Spain's greatest literary figures, Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra. This coin belongs to the Spanish national side design used from 1999 to 2009, where the 10, 20, and 50-cent denominations were dedicated to portraying Cervantes as a symbol of Spanish culture, language, and intellectual heritage. The coin was minted in 2002, the first year euro coins entered circulation, though legally euro coins were dated 1999 onward, and it carries the mint mark, M. crowned, identifying the Real Casa de la Moneda, Royal Mint of Spain, in Madrid, one of Europe's oldest mints with roots going back to the 15th century. Physically, the 20 euro cent coin is made of Nordic gold, an alloy of 89% copper, 5% aluminum, 5% zinc, and 1% tin, which gives it its distinctive golden color while containing no actual gold. This alloy was chosen for durability, resistance to corrosion, and ease of recognition by vending machines. The coin has a diameter of 22.25 millimeters, a weight of 5.74 grams, and a thickness of about 2.14 millimeters, with a smooth edge featuring 7 indentations, Spanish flower edge, that help visually and tactily distinguish it from other denominations. On the obverse, national side, the coin features a finely engraved portrait of Miguel de Cervantes, facing left, with a dignified and intellectual expression reflecting his status as the author of Don Quixote de la Mancha, widely regarded as the first modern novel and one of the most influential literary works ever written. Above and around the portrait appears the word Espa, identifying the issuing country, while the year 2002 is placed discreetly near the design, and the crowned mint mark confirms its production in Madrid. The design emphasizes realism and respect rather than idealization, aligning with Spain's desire to present itself as a nation defined by cultural achievement rather than political symbolism. On the reverse, common European side, designed by Luc Loix of the Royal Belgian Mint, the coin displays a map of Europe, as it was understood at the time, before later expansions were reflected in updated designs, surrounded by the 12 stars of the European Union, symbolizing unity, harmony, and cooperation among Europe's peoples, with the denomination 20 euro cent clearly visible. Historically, this coin marks Spain's full entry into the Eurozone after the peseta was fixed to the euro and later withdrawn, making the 2002 issues deeply symbolic of economic transformation, European integration, and modernization. From a numismatic perspective, the 2002 20-cent Cervantes coin is very common in circulation, as millions were minted to meet the needs of the population during the currency changeover, meaning it generally holds face value unless in exceptional condition. However, examples in uncirculated UNC or brilliant uncirculated BU condition, particularly those preserved in official mint sets, are of interest to collectors, and coins with minting errors, off-center strikes, die cracks, or planchet flaws can command higher premiums. Culturally, the choice of Cervantes underscores Spain's contribution to world literature and the Spanish language, spoken today by hundreds of millions globally, reinforcing national identity within a shared European framework. In summary, the 20 euro cent 2002 España Cervantes coin is not rare, but is historically rich, technically well-crafted, and symbolically powerful, representing the convergence of Spanish cultural pride, advanced minting technology, and the birth of the euro as a unifying currency, making it an essential and meaningful piece for both casual collectors and those interested in European monetary history. The next top. The 20 euro cent coin of Spain, dated 2006 with the mint mark and the portrait of Miguel de Cervantes, is a standard circulation coin of the Euro series that carries deep historical, cultural, artistic, and numismatic significance, reflecting both Spain's national identity and its integration into the European monetary system. This coin is part of the Spanish national side design used from 1999 to 2009, during which Spain chose to honor Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra, 1547 to 1616, widely regarded as the greatest writer in the Spanish language and one of the most influential authors in world literature, best known for his masterpiece Don Quixote de la Mancha, often considered the first modern novel. The obverse, national side, of the coin features a realistic engraved portrait of Cervantes facing right, accompanied by the inscription Cervantes, emphasizing his cultural importance rather than a royal or political figure, which distinguishes Spain's euro coinage as literature. Focused and humanistic, above or near the portrait appears the mint mark, topped with a crown, signifying the Real Casa de la Moneda, Fábrica Nacional de Moneda y Timbre, Royal Spanish Mint, in Madrid, which has centuries of minting tradition dating back to the medieval period. The year 2006 indicates the production date, during a period when Spain was firmly established within the Eurozone and producing large quantities of euro coins for everyday use. The reverse, common European side, designed by Luc Loix, displays a map of Europe showing the European Union as it existed at the time, symbolizing unity, cooperation, and shared economic space among member states, along with the denomination 20 euro cent and the numeral 20. Technically, the coin has a value of 20 cents, a diameter of 22.25 millimeters, a thickness of about 2.14 millimeters, and a weight of 5.74 grams, and it is composed of Nordic gold, an alloy of copper, 89%, aluminum, 5%, zinc, 5%, and tin 1%, which gives the coin its distinctive golden color despite containing no actual gold, chosen for durability, resistance to corrosion, and ease of recognition by the public. The edge of the coin is smooth with 7 indentations, Spanish flower shape, a distinctive feature of the 20-cent denomination that helps visually impaired users and reduces confusion with other coins. In terms of mintage, the 2006 Spanish 20-cent coin was produced in very large numbers, running into tens of millions, making it common and not rare, and as such it typically holds no premium value above face value unless found in exceptional uncirculated condition mint sets, or with striking errors such as misalignments, off-metal strikes, or die cracks, which are rare and collectible. From a cultural perspective, the choice of Cervantes reflects Spain's desire to project its intellectual and literary heritage across Europe. As Don Quixote is a foundational text that explores themes of idealism, realism, identity, and social change, resonating well beyond Spain's borders and aligning with European humanist traditions. Historically, Cervantes lived during Spain's Golden Age, a time of imperial power, artistic flourishing, and complex social transformation, and his inclusion on everyday currency symbolizes the democratization of culture, placing a literary giant literally in the hands of the public. Numismatically, this coin belongs to the first generation of euro circulation issues, making it significant as part of the early physical expression of the euro project, which began accounting use in 1999 and physical circulation in 2002, replacing the Spanish peseta. Collectors often include this coin in date runs, 1999 to 2009, or country sets of euro coins, and while it is not rare, it is appreciated for its elegant portrait, historical depth, and clean design. In the secondary market, a circulated example is usually worth 20 cents to 30 cents, while a brilliant uncirculated example may reach 1 to 3 euros, mainly for collectors filling albums rather than investors. Overall, the 2006 Spain 20-euro-cent Cervantes coin represents a fusion of modern European monetary unity with Spain's enduring literary legacy, serving simultaneously as a functional object of commerce, a miniature work of art, and a cultural ambassador that quietly honors one of humanity's most influential storytellers every time it changes hands the next top. The 20-euro-cent 2007 España Miguel de Cervantes coin is part of Spain's standard circulation euro coinage and represents a blend of modern European monetary integration with deep Spanish literary and cultural identity, making it especially interesting for both casual holders and numismatists. This coin belongs to the Spanish national side design introduced with the euro in 1999 and used continuously during the reign of King Juan Carlos I, with the 2007 issue being one of the regular circulation strikes rather than a commemorative special issue. The obverse, national side, features a right-facing portrait of Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra, 1547 to 1616, Spain's most celebrated writer and one of the most influential figures in world literature, best known as the author of Don Quixote de la Mancha, widely regarded as the first modern novel and a cornerstone of Western literary tradition. His inclusion on the 10, 20, and 50-cent coin symbolizes Spain's intellectual heritage rather than political power, distinguishing these denominations from the 1 and 2 euro coins, which feature the reigning monarch. Around the portrait appears the inscription ESPA, identifying the issuing country, along with the year, 2007, and a small M mint mark, which signifies that the coin was struck at the Real Casa de la Moneda, Fábrica Nacional de Moneda y Timbre, Royal Mint of Spain, in Madrid, an institution with origins dating back to the 15th century and one of Europe's oldest continuously operating mints. The design is completed with 12 five-pointed stars, representing the unity and ideals of the European Union, arranged in a circular pattern in accordance with EU coinage regulations. The reverse, common side, is shared by all euro area countries for the 20-cent denomination and was designed by Belgian engraver Luc Luix. It depicts a stylized map of Europe showing the European Union as a cohesive entity, as understood at the time of design, crossed by horizontal lines and interrupted by the denomination, 20 euro cent, emphasizing the coin's role in facilitating cross-border commerce and daily transactions across member states. From a technical perspective, the coin is struck in Nordic gold, an alloy composed of 89% copper, 5% aluminum, 5% zinc, and 1% tin, giving it its distinctive golden color despite containing no actual gold. This alloy is valued for its durability, resistance to corrosion, and ease of identification by vending machines. The coin has a diameter of 22.25 millimeters, a weight of 5.74 grams, and a thickness of approximately 2.14 millimeters, with a uniquely shaped edge featuring 7 indents, the so-called Spanish flower edge, which helps visually and tactually distinguish it from other euro denominations. In terms of circulation, the 2007 issue was produced in very large quantities, tens of millions of coins, to meet everyday transactional needs, meaning it is common rather than rare and typically holds face value, 20 cents, in circulated condition, with slightly higher interest only for uncirculated examples or coins preserved in official mint sets. It has no precious metal value and is not considered an investment coin, but it remains desirable to collectors completing date runs, national sets, or Cervantes-themed collections. Historically, this coin also reflects Spain's mature phase within the Eurozone, as by 2007 the euro had fully replaced the peseta and become firmly established in Spanish economic life, just 1 year before the global financial crisis would reshape Europe's monetary landscape. Culturally, Cervantes' presence on the coin serves as a daily reminder of Spain's golden age, Siglo de Oro, projecting national identity through literature rather than military or royal symbolism, and reinforcing the idea that cultural achievement is as enduring a marker of civilization as political authority. In summary, the 20 cent 2007 M. España Cervantes coin is a technically sophisticated, culturally rich, and historically representative piece of modern European coinage. While it is monetarily modest and widely available, it carries disproportionate symbolic weight by honoring one of humanity's greatest writers, reflecting Spain's contribution to global culture, and embodying the shared economic framework of the European Union, making it a meaningful artifact of everyday history rather than a rare or high-value collectible.